Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very warm good morning. I welcome you all to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. We begin with the visit of the President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, which was covered extensively yesterday. The President of Iran, His Excellency Dr. Masood Pezeshkian, undertook a visit of Pakistan on the invitation of our Prime Minister. The Iranian President was accompanied by a high-level delegation, including the Foreign Minister. During the visit, the President of Iran met the President of Pakistan, held talks with the Prime Minister, and the Chief of Army Staff and the Chief of Defense Forces also called on the Iranian President. In formal delegation-level talks between the visiting President and our Prime Minister, the two. On 12th and 13th June, the Deputy Prime Minister, Foreign Minister spoke with the Swiss Foreign Minister. On the same day, with the Foreign Minister of Turkey and Egypt. On 12th June, the EU High Representative and the Vice President held a telephone conversation with the DPM. On 13th June, the Foreign Minister of Saudi Arabia was engaged in a telephone call. And on 15th, with the Foreign Minister of Italy. Same day with the Foreign Minister of Japan, on 16th with the Foreign Minister of China, 17th with the Foreign Minister of Turkey and Egypt, and 18th with the Foreign Minister of Canada, Bahrain, Egypt, Azerbaijan, Turkey, and on 19th and 20th June in the intervening period, the Foreign Minister of Iran and Uzbekistan held telephone conversations with the Foreign Minister and Deputy Prime Minister. Turning on to another important issue, ladies and gentlemen, which has been on your priority, is the hijacking of the Somali hijacking of the ship with Pakistani crew members by Somali pirates and their lodging in Puntland region of Somalia. This matter remains on our agenda. The government of Pakistan has launched sustained diplomatic and overall political campaign to free the hostages. And we have undertaken significant efforts in this regard. The government of Pakistan's priority at this stage is diplomatic and humanitarian endeavors to secure the safe release. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs remain engaged with the Somali authorities at multiple levels. A technical team from the embassy has been visiting Djibouti, from Djibouti has been visiting Somalia for talks with the relevant stakeholders. The Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister has spoken with the Somali Foreign Minister, while senior officials of the Somalian Foreign Ministry have separately engaged have been engaged on the hostages release. This is a difficult issue. Internally, we conducted an interministerial meeting to coordinate the government's response. It was decided to pursue negotiations and humanitarian channels as the primary means of securing the release of the seafarers while maintaining close engagements with the families of the hostage. Pakistan is also exploring assistance of friendly countries and relevant interlocutors, the international organizations, to support these efforts, local NGOs as well, good offices of Mr. Ansar Barni, whom our additional Foreign Secretary, Ambassador Hamid Asghar, has also met. So these efforts continue, and we would continue to update you on this matter, but this is an issue which is also very close to our hearts because of the involvement of the families, and we can understand their pain. But as I said, the release is a difficult situation which is being addressed. Turning on to Palestine, on 18th June, Pakistan joined the 8 Islamic Arab countries in issuing a joint statement condemning the strongest term the continued escalating violence against Palestinians in the occupied West Bank, including the recent attack on the Grand Mosque in the village of Jaliliya and Al Farouk near Ramallah. The signatories stressed that these attacks constitute a clear violation of the sanctity of the worship, religious sites, international law, and as well as international humanitarian law and relevant UN Security Council resolution. This week, ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan also facilitated a repatriation of 30 Iranian nationals, including 8 Iranian fishermen rescued by the British vessel MMA Weller after their boat ran aground, and 22 Iranian crew members from the vessel Lanon Davina, which was interdicted by the US authorities. We remain in close contact with the Iranian, US and UK authority to ensure safe transit of Iranian nationals to their homeland, and we remain committed to the humanitarian cooperation extended to all parties possible. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, from New York, on initiative of Pakistan, supported by Denmark, the UN Security Council unanimously adopted Resolution 2223 this week, Resolution number 2823 this week, to strengthen accountability for crimes against the United Nations peacekeepers. As you know, United Nations peacekeepers have suffered attacks and as a result have suffered casualties. So this resolution was in terms of accountability for those crimes. The initiative was co-sponsored by 153 UN member states. Pakistan's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Asim Iftikhar Ahmed, introduced the resolution in the Security Council, after which it was unanimously adopted. The resolution reaffirms that attacks on peacekeepers are unacceptable and may constitute war crimes, while calling for credible investigations, prosecutions, and accountability for perpetrators. And it also mandated an annual progress report on this matter from the United Nations Secretariat and the appointment of a senior UN focal point on this matter. The resolution reflects Pakistan's leadership role in enhancing safety and effectiveness of UN peacekeeping reforms as well as UN peacekeeping operations. With this, I conclude my opening statement and the floor is open for question answers.